What is going on, y'all? Man, I'm excited to hop on. Excited for the people that are going to stop by, check out my live because we're talking about making money in the online space and how it doesn't take somebody special to do it because I'm just a blue collar dad from a small town in Texas. But we'll jump into that in a minute. Excuse me. Sorry. Y'all are hopping in. Let me know where you're watching from this evening. It's always cool to see where everybody's watching from. That's the cool thing about social media. People from all over the country, all over the world can show up in a split second. So, going live is it's pretty cool. A year ago, I said I would never go live, but yet here I am. So y'all let me know, give your state a shout out in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. We're going to talk about making money in the online space, how I learned how to do it as a blue collar dad, even working a full-time job with a busy family schedule. Like even right now, we're in turnaround at work. So we're working a minimum of 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. So it's crazy busy. But I got home this evening, had a little bit of time, because most nights we're still running to volleyball games or football games and just living life. But the family, the family went. My wife dropped the kids off at church, and she took my oldest daughter. They were going to hang out in in the town where our church is. I don't know if they're going to do some shopping or what. Just hang out, chill out, chat, talk volleyball. Who knows what? But so this is a rare occasion that I have the house to myself. So I figured, why not? I'll go live, hang out with some other people, teach them how to create income in the online space from the pockets of their day because I thought it would take something special. I thought it took way too much time. And because I did, I had a full time job. And a year ago, I was mowing yards on the side. So when I got home from work, I was loading up, going and mowing yards, working till it got dark, come home, rinse and repeat the next day. And I was tired of it because it wasn't getting us ahead. It wasn't getting us what I really hoped out of that lawn mowing business because I thought, hey, Eddie, I appreciate the likes. Where you watching from today? Y'all do me a favor when y'all get in here. Drop your drop where you're watching from in the comments. Drop your state in the comments. I hope to expand your mind a little bit. I hope to share some hope with you because that's what I needed a year ago. I needed to know that there was really a way that you can make money in the online space, but I needed the step by step, somebody to hold my hand. I didn't know the first thing about it. I wasn't a content creator. I didn't have a following, but I saw the online space as a place where people could make money. Everyday people. You see teenagers making millions of dollars on YTube. You see all these people making tons of money on TikTok, all the channels, platforms. I just didn't know how they were doing it. I didn't know the first thing about creating content that stopped the scroll. That like, who would want to watch me from a little small one stoplight town in Texas? What do I have to talk about? And that's where this program came in. Oh man, hang on, y'all. Got to take care of some business. Had a scammer hop in with a copycat account. So listen, I want to we'll pump the brakes there real quick. This is my only account. Okay. I want you to put a one in the comments if you hear me. This is my only account. Ugh, the scammers are out strong tonight. Taking care of some housekeeping, y'all. Okay. So this is my only account. I will not message you first. I just blocked them. Goodness gracious. Sorry, y'all. I was having to do some housekeeping, putting welcoming people to the block party because ain't nobody got time for scammers, right? We're on here talking about making money in online space. People don't need some scammer sending them a message talking about crypto, Telegram, WhatsApp, none of that stuff. That's why I will not message you first. Okay. But I have to share this with other busy dads, other busy parents, because it finally gave me the hope that I could finally help us get a hold on our finances because working 40 plus hours a week, wasn't getting it done, missing more and more time with my family, missing the ball games, doing all the things to try and move up in the company, hoping I would get that big pay raise, hoping I would get a promotion, hoping they would notice all the hard work that I put in and finally get that, feather in my hat and get a big raise, big bonus, but it never happened. It's like the carrot on the stick was always just dangling out there in front of you, and they hold it out there and say, "Well, if you work a little bit harder this next year." And I was tired of it, because 2 years ago in January, a job that I thought was a uh, stable job, a job that I thought, yeah, Brewster, there are so many. And that's one of the reasons I created my own online community where I can go in there and I can talk to people. I can post videos. People see that it's me. Shoot, now on School, this is really cool, right? They just announced yesterday on School's platform that now they have a native live feature where you can go in there and hang out with everybody in my community. If anybody wants to jump on, we can hop on all in one big video call at the same time. I was on that same corporate choo choo too until last month where they restructured. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry about that. What's up, Brian? Y'all, I'm excited about Brian, right? Because Brian got started with me, got early July. Is that right, Brian? Brian got started. He saw some of my content, reached out to me. We talked on the phone. He's like, "Man, does this really work?" I was like, "Dude, I wouldn't be putting my face out there if it didn't." Right? Brian got started on the top program. How does one start, Miss Bunny? One of the first things you can do, you can click the picture of me up here, smash it. It'll pop up here again. You can smash it again. I got you, Brewster. Yeah, this is my only account. Okay. Um, you'll see a link tree up in my bio. You can click on it. There's a free 10K per month strategy guide. Right. So when you go there, that'll take you to my website, which is dailypaidchampions.com. You can go there and drop your email in. You can see all the information. You can see all 4 programs, even the payment plans, just like Brian did. Brian got started on our top program for $56 a month. Got it for 0 down. Made what, $1,600 in less than 2 weeks, $6,200 in less than 6 weeks, and now just over or right at 2 months, somewhere right around there, $10,000 ish. Is that right, Brian? See, let's see if Brian, you got a second to talk? Let me see if I can. I don't know how to do this. Hey, I sent you an invite. We'll see if this thing works. I've never done this before. I've been on other people's, but not this one. Right? Because I was just doing everything I knew to provide for my family, like just working longer hours. If I wasn't getting it done, I started that second job mowing yards. And man, in less than 10 months, I made more in the online space than I did in over 2 years mowing yards. Been able to do that from the pockets of my day just because I learned how to use social media to attract customers to me, right? Yes, I invested in a course, but think about it. When I went and got a haircut last week, that barber invested in a course, right? They went to cosmetology school, barber school to learn how to cut hair because my barber wasn't as good as she is. She wasn't born cutting hair, right? So she invested in a course, taught her the skills to cut hair. She got better and better over time. You just requested to join. Let's see. There we go. They didn't pop up. What's up, man? Right? Teachers go to school to learn how to teach. Doctors go to school to learn how to be a doctor. I took an online class one time and learned how to use social media to attract customers to me, to learn how to make 100% profit on digital products. You in there, Brian? I don't know if I can hear you. Can't see you. Oh, I can't hear you hardly. Oh, my volume was way down. That's why I couldn't hear you. Hey, I guess we got the memo, bro. Didn't know. I didn't know it was camo day.
And my son brought it to me. He said, "Hey, Daddy, put this on." I said, "Okay."
Nice.
Here I am.
Nice, man. So
Oh,
right at 2 months, $10,000.
2 months, 2 months on the dot. I have made $10,000 today. Mark the day, and I never thought, to be honest with you, I never thought anything like this was ever be possible. Because I mean, just so you guys know, and they're following Logan and hearing his lives, I'm a busy father, run a full time schedule, husband, my wife's a school teacher. I work a 7 day on, 7 day off schedule, swing shift, 12-hour days, 12-hour nights. And because of the apps and AI and everything that comes along with this and the tools inside the program, it teaches you a proven system that works and has worked for over 54,000 people. And you get good mentorship. That's what people count out. They realize they think they got to do this by themselves and they don't. It's not one of the things like here you go. But if you think you got it, you don't reach out. That's the thing. You got to reach out and let your mentor know that sets you up. And I promise you, they're going to bend over backwards to help you, especially this guy right here, because he's helped me drastically. I mean, I'm living, breathing proof. I knew nothing about this system, and he helped me turn myself into a $10,000 earner. And I've been doing this 2 months. That's out of this world, insane. And you get to actually help people that actually want to be helped, that are at that bottom line. I'm tired of being a dollar over broke, because that's where Logan was, and he spoke truth to me when he told me that. And that's where I was, and it's an investment in yourself. It's no investment at that when you finance it. And let me tell you right now, the best investment I've ever made in my life. And guess what? I get to say no to that overtime. I get to spend time with my family. I get to go to ball games. I get to coach my son in Little League.
That's what it's about, man.
Years.
That's what it's about. Absolutely. Getting the time back to do the things you want to do, right? Digital app, what does your typical day look like? Typical day, like I'll run you through my full day. So I'm live on YouTube right now too. So I got Hefe. I got your question real quick too. My typical day, right? Right now in turnaround, working 12 hours a day. I'm up at 3:45. Read my Bible for a little bit. I go work out in the shop. I'm off to work. I'm there by 6. So usually when I'm working out, I'll create a minute and a half video following this proven strategy. It may be a 7-second, like I shot all my content, most of my content this morning. I did shoot one when I was leaving work, but it was like a 7-second video, right? I created 3 pieces this morning, had them ready to go. Took me 10 minutes maybe. In the beginning, when I started, it took me a little bit longer, right? Because I didn't know how to create a video. Wasn't comfortable on camera, but I was coachable. I was willing to do something different because I knew what I'd done for the last 20 years. If I kept doing it for the next 20, my life was going to look the same. And I didn't want that for my family. So posted one piece of content this morning. I worked on my lunch break. I posted another piece of content. It was already loaded, ready to go. Sent it. It's out there working for you 24/7, attracting customers to you, people that want what you have, right? Getting off work, I posted that other video, and now I'm live, right? So a typical day is that 3 pieces of content, following that proven strategy, respond to some messages, respond to some emails, sometimes hop on the phone, just answer some questions, right? The great thing, like people can go look at your website and get most of their questions answered. They like to talk to a real life person to make sure, hey, is this thing legit? Just like Brian did. He was like, hey man, can we hop on the phone? I was like, yeah, let's do it, man. And his biggest question was, does this really work?
Absolutely. That was my question from the get go, because the S word, the SCAM word, that's the biggest word that runs through our heads. We're thinking there's no way this can be real. Well, come to find out, it's just as real as I'm breathing and talking right now. Just as much as you can see us too on this live, it actually works. And the beauty about it is you get to do it out of the pockets of your day, to where you're not having to interfere with your family time. You don't have to go work that second job like Logan was. He was cutting grass. I mean, he had yards on top of yards and couldn't keep up for nothing. And he knew the only person he could depend on was himself, because nobody's going to outwork you. And I'm talking to you all down there in the chat. I'm talking about y'all. And that man has been encouraging to me. He's given me, and we bounced off each other. And that's what you get into when you get into something like this with him and myself. I think it doesn't matter in the community. because this guy, you will not go wrong getting set up with him because, like I said, he's like a diamond in the rough. He's uniquely made, wonderfully made, and you're not going to find something else better than that. And it's hard to come by nowadays because people are so, they can be the GRED word, which I can't say that, and that's all they're after. They're after me and mine. So when you find somebody that's for you, it's like to see you win, and you've ever been a part of a team or a sport, you're all about seeing your teammates win, and that's all this is.
Yeah, right. We talked a lot about sports, baseball in particular, right? A lot of, I'm just a sports guy. Grew up playing sports, went to college playing football. My kids all play sports. And I think, right, sports a lot of times get a bad rap because it's like, oh, you're just a meathead, whatever. Like, there's so much you can take from sports and apply to life, right? There's so many struggles in the weight room, on the field, on the court. And you have to have some mental adversity. You got it, or mental toughness, right? Mental fortitude. And um, like, and that's why, like, I went to school to be a coach, never followed that career path. I went into industrial environment because, well, plants pay a lot more money than teaching and coaching. But it's always been a passion of mine. And I thought, well, I'm just going to coach my kids in little league and t-ball, baseball, football, basketball, that kind of stuff, because I love seeing the transition. Like, kids come in and they may have a certain skill set, but I know, hey, if we follow these proven strategies, we're going to get better and better. But the hardest thing to coach is the mindset. But now I get to do it in online space too. Um, Hang on, let me see. FA said, it must be a blessing I found your page. I'm just looking for something on YouTube to watch while I work property claims. Just subscribe. Awesome, man. Yeah, Hefe, I don't know how to. I don't think I can send personal messages on the YTube. I'm at logan.digital.dad on TikTok. Or you can find me on Facebook, Logan Bidwell. I'm from Texas. Did I miss any over here? Yeah, but now I get to help coach people in the online space, right? Just like Brian. But the thing is, what I can't do for you is be coachable. Brian's coachable. Brian's consistent. Right? He said, "Man, I'm going all in." He didn't tiptoe. He said, "I'm going to follow the proven strategy. I'm going to post my 3 pieces of content a day." Was it uncomfortable at first?
It was. I didn't have it's easier. You know what? At some point in life, you have to flip that switch and like say, "Hey, it doesn't matter what nobody else thinks because you're out on a mission to help people, but you're also showing them that there is another way." So once you get past that, it's all fun and games at this point, and really getting to be there to help somebody because that really is what it's about. Yeah, you make passive income, but to see other people win, you can hang your hat on at the end of the day, and that's an excellent feeling. And nobody can disagree with that. So,
Absolutely. I got a guy over here on the YTube, Hefe. So if you'll go to dailypaychampions.com, I can't say that word on the TikTok. I'm in trouble enough on the TikTok the last week. It's been they've been on one, man. Anyways, if you'll drop your email in there, okay, within 5 minutes, you'll get an email from my system. It's an email that I set up one time, same email system that Brian got given to him for free, same 30 copy paste emails that we give you. They're like templates, right? Anyways, I'll get into that later. You'll get an email from me. It may be in your spam, junk, or promotion folder, but it will be there from logan.digital.dad. My email is logan@dailypaychampions.co. Yeah. So the best way to get a hold of me is, since you don't have those other ones, respond to that email and we can set up a Zoom, a Google Meet, something like that. Sound good, man? I don't know where Fate, Texas is. Where's Fate, Texas?
Maybe your neck of the woods.
Yeah. Well, Texas is big, man. I'm up in the Panhandle. So, Dallas. Okay. Most people, right? Every time somebody's like, "Hey, I'm from DFW," or "I'm from Dallas," and I'm like, "Are you from Dallas, or like, or Houston?" Right? Dallas and Houston. I'm like, Austin. I'm like, "Are you from like Houston, or are you from around there?" Decatur, what's up? Hard work dad, or hard work works. Oh, confused with my words. It's probably, I'm not used to working the 12-hour days, man. Hats off to you, buddy. Hats off to you. It's got my family all jacked up. My wife's like, I forgot how bad turnarounds are because it's been years. When I was working pipeline, I didn't have turnarounds, but I'd be working projects out of town. But a lot of times, like when our kids homeschooled when they were little, they got to go with us. But in 2019, when I tore my bicep, my wife had to go back to work. And of course, our family was getting bigger and more expensive. Now we got one in college, another one about to be driving. And man, her job is sucking the life out of her. So that is my next goal. We got the credit cards taken care of. Now it's time to get mama home from work. Like and then keep building this thing. Get dad home from work. Like I would love nothing more than to be able to pour into people, help them start their own business, help coach them, mentor them, create more passive streams of income, be able to invest money into other passive streams of income. Like that's my big goal. But coaching people, right? Because I see it in people, right? I told you, Brian. I was like, dude, I was like, I'm gonna believe in you more than you believe in yourself in the beginning until you get that belief for yourself. Like, I'm gonna believe in you, man. But you got to keep showing up. Right? There's so many.
I mean, like, just those words, and let alone push me to go ahead and go to the next step. Because when somebody tells you that, those words don't come lightly for people. Especially if you're people like us, our word is everything. As a man, that's exactly how it is. Your word is your word, and that's all you got to stand on. At the end of the day, you stand on business. And I was like, I got this, and he believed in me. And every day, like he was there. And so I'm gonna tell you right now, if that's something you've ever questioned or ever stood on and been hesitant about, you shouldn't be, because I'm gonna tell you right now, you got a whole group of people right behind you that's willing to support you, push you, get you past that point, because there's so many other avenues of passive income inside this program. I'm telling you, it's an infinite wormhole, and I know that he's used that word before, but this is just the beginning. It gets better and better.
Yeah, and like, let's be honest, right? Digital marketing, the online space, people making money online, mindset is everything. Absolutely. Like it's full. It is absolutely full. I mean, not full, right? Online spaces, there's plenty of room for everybody because your perfect customer is somebody different than mine, just a little bit. Mine's different than yours. Mine's different than my wife's, right? Because my wife, after she saw my success, she was like, all right, I'm done. Like I've got to do something to get out of this job. But it's heavy with women. It is, there's tons of women in the online space making 10, 20, $30,000 a month, making millions of dollars a year. And that's like men, I think, need a little bit, right? We need to be handled a little bit different. It's nothing against women, right? I'm not misogynistic, whatever. Like, I don't think that my wife belongs in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant, even though we got 4 kids. Um, that's not it, right? I love my wife, and um, but women lead differently than men. Men need other men in their lives to speak life into them, to believe in them, sometimes to speak some hard truths. And that's part of the reason I started my own community on school was that, right, Digital Champion Dads is, right, it's a place where we can grow, where we can push each other. Where when I'm tired, Brian can say, "Hey, if we lean back to back, we don't. Neither one of us has to lay in the mud." Old Forrest Gump. A plate, because men, we need that community not only in the digital space but in life. As a husband, as a father, like I always say, in all kinds of things. I use it at work. I use it all the time. The banana off the bunch always gets peeled. Right? Think about it. Have you ever peeled a banana on a bunch of bananas? No, you always peel one off, and that's the one that gets peeled. Right? Same thing in life. When you get isolated, especially like in digital marketing, if you just try and do it by yourself, you get off by yourself. Like it's real easy to get in your head 3 days in when you've got 12 followers. You're like, what the heck, man? And it's real easy to give up. And I see people do it all the time. They quit way too soon. Right? Just like going to the gym, right, Brian? If you went to the gym for a week, what kind of results would you get? 0, right? You would start getting some, but you wouldn't see them. You'd feel them. You'd be sore.
I'm not saying it is, man. It's something. I mean, I don't know if I get in trouble for saying stuff, but honestly, I don't understand. I mean, you've talked about it several times. Right when God's about to do something good, right when you're about to give up, is when God's going to give you breakthrough in whatever you're doing. And I firmly believe in that. I don't care who's watching this. I'm sorry if I'm speaking out of turn, but that is something I firmly believe in, and I think it applies in all aspects of life. I truly do.
I got a comment on the YTube over here. Hey man, I'm 17, working full time with a kid on the way in March. Wondering if you could share some more information with me. Man, you're young. You got a whole life ahead of you. I know it may be scary right now, but you've never been a dad before. I wasn't either. Brian wasn't a dad before. He was a dad the first time, right? But Greek daily, you can go to dailypaychampions.com. That website is up in my bio, even here on YouTube or on TikTok. I am logan.digital.dad, and this is digital marketing, right? Learning how to drop a 1 in the comments if you don't know what digital marketing is. Okay, let me know in the comments if you're like, I have no idea what digital marketing is. I've got hang on. Doing some housekeeping. Yes, sir. Yep.
Great talking to you guys. This man absolutely is the bomb. And I hope you give him the same shot that you're giving me. Because let me tell you right now, it is the best decision. I'm not saying that because I'm making money. I'm just saying that because when I had no other way, my back was against the wall and I needed something else because I couldn't afford to sit where I was any longer. God put that door in front of you, and all you got to do is walk right through it. And I promise you, that's exactly how it was for me. And I'm just speaking truth to y'all. So, y'all have a good night, and thank you, Logan, for having me.
Appreciate it, Brian. Congratulations on that 10K already, man. Can't wait to see what happens by Christmas, dude.
Oh, it'll be a blessing.
All right. See you, man. All right. So let's get into it, right? What is digital marketing? Digital marketing is just the ability to promote any product or service in the online space, right? To be able to create some content, whether it's faceless, whether it's your face, you're talking, whether it's a B-roll footage and all that is maybe you're just videoing yourself folding laundry or doing dishes or cooking on the grill or working out, whatever, just some random thing that you're doing on the daily, no sound, just put some trending music to it. Maybe it's an 8-second video, put some words on the screen. That's a B-roll. I mean, you see it all the time, right? I just didn't know what it was called. So being able to create 3 pieces of content following the attraction marketing method, you attract customers to you, right? Sharing what you're doing, sharing what Brian has been able to do. And it's not just dads, right? Like my mentor, Ashley, she is a mom, she is a wife, but she was a nurse looking for $600 a month. And she was tired of sorry, I was getting messages. She was tired of working all the overtime in healthcare, trying to pick up holidays and just extra shifts, just trying to get by in life. And they wanted $600 a month for their car payment and their daughter's elementary school tuition. Okay. Hey, I appreciate the gifts, y'all. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all give those hearts a tap because it not only, yes, it helps push my content out, but it also helps TikTok know that you're not a bot, right? It helps push your content out too, because TikTok wants to be all social media wants to be social. They want people to engage, interact, like, comment, share, all those things. It's not just for the person's content. Right, so post those 3 videos a day. When people want some more information from me, I don't message them first. I don't have time to live in the DMs. I don't have time to be on the phone with 100 people. Like every now and then I'll hop on a Zoom, FaceTime with some people, answer some questions, but I always direct them to my website because that website that is given to you for a one-time $39 fee, a full-on website, one time $39, right? So it doesn't matter which of the 4 levels you start at, and that website is built for you 95% already. You direct people to that website, and it's going to answer 98% of their questions. Between the 2 videos on there, between the information on the page, and then we give you an automated email system that works for you. If you don't know what automations are, drop a 1 in the comments for me. And I'll just break it down in my West Texas redneck lingo what they are. Right? I'm sure you've seen it because most stores you go to, especially if you've ever bought anything online, drop a 1 in the comments. Right? You go to a website to go buy something, and what pops up? A little window pops up, and it says, "Drop your email in for free shipping. Drop your email in for 10% off. Drop your email in. We'll send you deals and new releases, things like that." Right? And then you get into their system, and it's not somebody sitting there sending thousands of emails a day. It's an automated system that goes to work for that company, saving them time. You get an automated system given to you. You get 30 emails, 30 email templates given to you. All you have to do is make a few changes, put your website in there, put your name in there, change it a little bit to fit you. Now, when people go to your website because they want to learn how to create money online, goes into your automated email system. So it doesn't matter if you're at work, if you're like right now, I'm on live, people can go there. That system's going to work for me. Within 5 minutes, they'll get an email from me, just like you would, right? You're going to get that same system given to you for free. Okay. We're going to teach you how to grow a following, grow that email list, because email marketing is not dead by any means. I thought it was, probably because my wife has like 80,000 unread emails in her email, but I check mine at least once a day. Um, then that goes to work for you, directing people back to your website where you make 100% profit. Like this is like an online franchise that is a one-time investment, not a monthly investment, not a oh, I see your one Greek. I'll talk about automations in just a second. Not a yearly fee, a one-time investment into your own online business. One where you get live mentorship, you get multiple times a week, you get living, breathing people helping you. People like me, people like the 56,000 people inside our community. The creator of this program, who's made $9 million in less than 3 years in the online space, gives us daily actionable videos. We're about to start a 90-day run September 15th. So this is the absolute best time to get in. Like if you get started, get your website set up, get your email set up this week, start diving into a little bit of this is going to take you as a brand new beginner, teach you how to start creating content, how to start getting comfortable with content, how to work on your mindset, right? How to be coachable, how to be consistent, but you gotta do those things, right? And how to start creating that content that attracts people to you, people that want more information about what you have to offer. Then when they go to your website, whether you're at work, whether you're at church, whether you're asleep, they can go to your website, buy one of the 4 products. They get it delivered to their email because it's a digital product. Okay. And you make 100% profit. Right? A franchise, like if I went out and got a Starbucks franchise, I'd pay however much money to get a franchise. I would have to pay for marketing. I would follow their marketing structure. I would follow their plans, their rules. I would build my store according to how they wanted it built because they want all their stores looking similar. Right. And then you get to sell their product for a percentage. Here in the online space, because of a thing called master resale rights, you can buy a digital product one time and resell it over and over and over for 100% profit. Now, and this digital product is going to teach people the skills to create income in the online space, how to attract customers to them. So whether maybe you're a realtor, maybe you got a tattoo shop, whatever it may be, maybe you got a lawn mowing business, or maybe you sell your own products and you're trying to market them on social media already. We teach you how to attract customers to you without spending money on ads, getting your work done in 2 hours a day. And I do it in the pockets of my day. a little bit, post a video in the morning, post a video on lunch break at work, and usually in the evening. Then I'll respond to some messages, some emails, some comments, direct them to my website and say, hey, holler at me if you have any questions. That's my work day. I can get that done in an hour and a half, 2 hours. Right. And that's what the program teaches you. In the beginning, it took me just a little bit longer. But y'all, listen, I started this for $900 a month. I couldn't imagine $900 days on repeat. I couldn't. I just couldn't believe it for myself because I was like, I'm just a blue collar dad from a small town in Texas. Like, we just need some breathing room in our finances. But just that $900 a month, because I saw people making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. And I was like, if they can do that, surely I can make $900 a month. That'd be a game changer for our family. But y'all, just this last month alone, I made more in 2 hours a day from my phone, still working a full-time job, still being home and being present as a dad and as a husband, spending time with my family, doing the thing that I really want to do. And my online income made more than my wife's full-time 40 plus hour a week chemical job that she's been in for 5.5 years. It paid all our bills. Could you imagine what it would feel like to have a side gig that covered all your bills? That gives you options. That gives you options to get out of debt. That gives you options to quit working the overtime or quit working the second job or the third job. Then you've got your income from your job and you got another income that's covering all your bills and you keep growing that thing. What's the ultimate goal with the income? Man, be completely debt free, build a house that we want, be able to live a life on our terms, be able to travel when we want to, be able to travel where we want to without having to look at the bank account. Like my bigger dreams, TikTok, YTube. I've got some other uh, streams of income, right? They're all digital. So it's all in the online space. Um, and they've all got systems that work, right? Because I didn't want to go grind and grind and grind more. I didn't want to add more streams of income and just add more hours of work and just replace that 8, 10, 12 hours a day that I was working at work for another job. That's not what I wanted. And when I realized you could have these systems work for you, that's when everything changed. I barely make any money from my TikTok page. I mean, like as far as monetize from social media, but you also learn how to do that, how to learn how to grow that following and monetize social media. Right, I'm live on YouTube and TikTok right now. Greek. So automations are. I always like to put it this way. This is probably dumbed down, but it's my style. Everybody has either got one or used one, and it's a washing machine. Right? Used to, you had to go scrub clothes with a washboard, rinse them out, get fresh water, get all the soap out, wring them out again. You had to do all that manually. Now we have a washing machine. You go dump it in. You do a little work in the beginning. You dump it in, put some soap in, laundry or fabric softener, whatever. You set the dial, you hit the button, you walk away. That's an automated system. A dishwasher, you load it, you put the dishwashing detergent in it, you start it, you walk away. It does the washing, it does the rinsing. That dishwasher does the drying. Like it's working for you. So you can hit that start button and go to bed, and the dishes are going to be clean when you wake up. You hit that start button and walk out the door and go to work. When you get home, they're going to be clean, right? That's an automated system. So when people go to my website, just like you would get, they go to your website, drop their email in, it's going to send them an email. And then when you set it up, however you set it up, maybe it's like mine, the next day they're going to get an email from me 24 hours later. And 24 hours later, they're going to get another email from me. Every now and then, I'll send out a newsletter to the thousands of people on my email list. And those emails share some information, share information about the 90-day run we're about to do. Right. I can market that because the program taught me how to market. And that means I can take anything to market and promote it now. If I wanted to get in the Tiki Talkie shop and and promote somebody else's. Always use my water bottle because it's right here. Promote somebody else's $30 water bottle and make 10%. I could, but what happens if this platform goes away? All those customers, all those people making $10,000, $20,000 a month on the TikTok shop, now I have to start all over. If it goes away for me, I just send everybody an email and say, hey, I'm over here on this platform now. Go follow me over here. You follow me, you got in my email system because you want to learn how to make money on the online space. Now I'm on IG. Now I'm on FB. Now I'm on WatTube. Now I'm on the next best thing, whatever it may be. Because I learned how to market, I learned how to brand myself. But more importantly than that, learn how to help other people. Right? Because my big goal is it's not just get rich quick for me, live the life of luxury for us, travel when we want to. Like my bigger goal is to help other people do the exact same thing. I want to help 10 dads this month get started and start learning the skills to make $5,000 to $10,000, just like Cody. I'm sorry, just like Brian. Right, Brian got started 2 months ago in July of this year, right at 2 months. He got started on the top program for zero down for $56 a month, and in 2 months has made $10,000 while working a full time job. He works 7 on, 7 off, 12-hour days. So he goes 7 days off for 7 days, 7 nights, off for 7 nights. His wife's a teacher. They've got a beautiful son. But instead of working overtime now he gets to be at home and still bring in that extra money. Right. And that's the power of it. He wanted to be able to coach his son and not work the overtime. Because when he was looking at getting started, he said, man, I've been looking at mowing yards, pressure washing houses, driveways, doing something on the side to create some extra money. And he's like, you're telling me this works? I'm like, dude, I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't be on the phone with you. I wouldn't be creating content, putting my face out there if it wasn't working. Right? And I started as a brand new beginner. Everybody starts brand new, ground zero, that doesn't have any sales, right? We all start somewhere. We've all started a new job and we're a little uneasy, maybe had a little anxiety because we didn't know everybody there. We didn't know the ins and outs of the job, but we started in hopes of getting a paycheck, right? We showed up 8, 10, 12 hours a day in hopes for a paycheck. Right? But what if you could grab a hold of some of that hope that I had, some of that belief that I know that you can do it too if you're coachable and you're consistent, you're willing to put those skills into action, because you only need 4 things to create money in the online space, and only one of them costs money. Right? You need to be coachable. You need to be consistent. You can't show up and go, well, I bought a program, I should know everything by osmosis all of a sudden. It'd be like buying a gym membership and never going in there, never lifting the weights. Right? And maybe you don't know how to lift weights. Maybe you don't know how to work out. Well, then you need a mentor. You need somebody to coach you. And that's what this program does. That's what Michelle O'Neill does. That's what I help people do. Help coach you how to create that content, how to make some changes, how to make some changes to your emails, like all the things, how to tweak that so that you can start having $900 days. Just like me, just like Brian, just like Ashley. Because Ashley, see, I got sidetracked, y'all. Ashley was that nurse, got started within 2 months, replaced her nursing income, came home to be a stay-at-home mom, still only working 2 hours a day, getting to take her kids to school, drop them off, pick them up, be at the field trips, the award ceremonies. Her youngest one, still a baby, being able to spend that time with her son and not have somebody else raising her kid. Not having a babysitter raise her kid, having to hear about, oh, like, your son took his first steps today. I didn't want to say her son's name on here. Your son took his first steps today. Your son said mama today. How many hearts, how many mama hearts are broken every day because they're having to work and their husband's having to work and they've got somebody else raising their kid. And that somebody else, a family member or a babysitter, whatever it may be, is calling. They're sending pictures, text messages, and all that mama really wants to be is home. But guess what? Dads want the same daggum thing. Dads want to be home with their families. We didn't get married and have a family to never get to see them. That's not any man's dream is, hey, I'm going to go work 12, 14 hours a day to provide for my family and they never get to see me. We get sucked into that trap. If I work longer hours, I can make more money. I may not be home, but at least my wife and kids are taken care of. But now there is a proven strategy that you can create income in the online space. Start having $100 to $900 days in the pockets of your day using social media. And I was not comfortable creating content. I did not want to get myself on video. I started faceless, but I saw the people that were making multiple six figures. I'm talking two, 300, $500,000 a year, still working that 2-hour workday. And they were like, hey, you can do faceless. You absolutely can. There's people that are successful doing it. It just takes longer. Why? Because people need to know, like, and trust you. And if they don't see your face and they don't hear your voice and they don't hear the pain in your struggles, they don't relate to that. Just some words on the screen takes a lot longer to start building that rapport. But you can be yourself and share your story, and we teach you how to do that and just be real and raw with people, and that's going to connect. That's what draws people in. You can be like me and say, I was tired of working a full-time job and going and mowing yards and missing all that time with my family. But I found a proven strategy to get that time back. I got 10 to 15, 20 hours a week back with my family because I replaced that second job mowing. I got that time back with my family. But more than that, I got some hope that we can get my wife out of her job. She can get that time she wants with our kids back before it's too late. I can build it alongside my full-time job and I can be my own boss. I can have a business that runs 24/7, whether I'm on the beach, whether I'm asleep, whatever it may be. Doing the things that I want to do, having the peace of mind knowing that business is running in the background 24/7. Yeah. And if that's something you're interested in, drop a one in the comments for me. Right? Because here's the thing. We all have 168 hours in a week. Every single one of us, 168 hours, 24 hours a day, 7 days, 168 hours. If you work 40 hours, if you work 40 hours a week, that means you have 128 hours left. If you sleep 8 hours a day, I don't know the last time I got 8 hours of sleep. If you sleep 8 hours a day, you have 72 hours a week left after working full time, sleeping 8 hours, right? You have 72 hours left in a day. And people say, oh, I don't have time. I don't have 2 hours a day. That's 14 hours. That still leaves you with 58 hours a week. If you could take 14 hours a week and build a multiple six-figure income in a year or 2 years or 3 years, imagine how that would feel. Right? Because I am telling you, it is absolutely possible. It is absolutely possible. But you got to be willing to show up. You got to have a little bit of intestinal fortitude to push through. Sometimes you might have to reach out and say, hey, I need some help. But that's why I've created my own free community so that my customers had access to me, right? So they had access to each other. But our digital growth community has over 56,000 people. So you don't have to get in there in my community. You can get everything you need from the program. You can get everything you need from that community. You get the live mentorship multiple times a week. You get the daily actionable trainings, 5-minute video. So you watch a 5-minute video. Michelle tells you, here's the 3 pieces of content you can build today. You can make today, right? You put that out into social media, it's working for you 24/7. People comment, you direct them to your website, they go learn all about it. They can go on there and purchase, and it takes care of the sale, it takes care of the delivery, it takes care of the payments, and you make 100% profit. Right? We all have 72 hours left in a week. If we work 40 hours a week, sleep 8 hours a night, you got 72 hours left. So really think about what you're doing with that 72 hours. Come home, turn on the boob tube, find a game, find Grey's Anatomy, whatever it may be, find that show that you like to watch, and we turn it on. Why? Why do we waste so much time watching TV, doing those things that don't pay us, that don't add value to our lives? Why? It's because we're looking for an escape. We're looking for something to take our minds off it. Why do people come home after work and grab a beer, grab a glass of wine? Oh, it's to relax. No, it's because you don't like the life that you're living and you're willing to numb it with entertainment or something out of a bottle. Unforgivable Beast, what's up? I appreciate the heart, man. Right? You would rather numb it and not have to think about it for a couple hours. And then what happens? You wake up the next day going, yeah, this is not where I thought I would be in life. Right? And there's nothing wrong with turning on the ball game, watching some TV, watching your favorite show. But what if you could just take some of that time? What's up, brother? Where are you watching from? You could take some of that time that you're scrolling social media, doom scrolling, watching other people make money online, watching funny videos, watching cooking videos, watching dog videos, watching jump scare. I like a good jump scare video. But we do that just scrolling, wasting time. Next thing we know, it's been 20, 30 minutes. In that 30 minutes, you could create 3 pieces of content following the program, teaching you how to create that content that attracts customers to you. You could get them inside your automated system where you could have $100 to $900 sales where you make 100% profit on done for you digital products. So that means you don't have to create something. You don't have to take something to market and hope that it works. Like the Legacy Builder program has been proven to work. In its first 10 months alone, collectively sold over $29 million because people want to know how to create money online and they really want to know how to do it passively and have systems work for them, right? If you think about all the people like a realtor, if they were just collecting emails and they're having to enter everything manually, how many hours a day would it take for them to send 600 emails? Or you can have an automated system where people go to your website and that realtor could do that too. They could start at one of our programs, change the website, put their real estate business on there, have that automated system work for them. So when people go to their website, they drop their email in. Now they're going to start getting automated emails that you set up. You could copy paste the ones that we give you for the digital marketing business, or you could create your own for some other product. If you sell a water bottle or you make hats, you have your own boutique. Maybe you're in anybody ever done multi-level marketing, direct sales, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. I've been there. Built a business that paid us a couple thousand a month, but I spent a lot of time trying to follow up with leads and follow up with customers, sending emails and text messages, phone calls. I was spending way more time than I was getting compensated for. And then all at the same time, I'm trying to build a team, hoping they would sell enough volume, and then we have to hit certain quotas. But here, you don't have to do that. You don't build a team. You make 100% profit. So yes, if you buy a course from me, you get my mentorship, my coaching for free. You get inside our community with 56,000 people for free. You get that daily actionable mentorship training. You get that automated system given to you. You get 30 done for you emails given to you. You make a one-time investment into that course and a one-time $39 investment into your own website. One time, not once a month, not once a year, one time. And you can even put that program, that course, right? It's got everybody's like, oh, you bought a course to sell a course? You're dang right I did. I didn't have anything to sell. I was like, maybe I can get in here, make one sale, recoup my investment, and start learning the skills and because I didn't see the big picture. I thought I had to have physical products to sell. But because they're digital products, just like Apple Music or Netflix shows, those are digital products. You just don't get to tangibly hold, right? And you can resell it over and over and over and over. So that means you don't have to worry about inventory. You don't have to worry about shipping, packaging. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You don't have to worry about collecting a check from somebody and taking it to the bank and hoping it clears or going and getting cash. Like it's all done for you digitally in the background automatically. So that's what allows you to do the things you want to do. Allow you to be at your daughter's volleyball game, your son's football game, allows you to coach your kids in baseball, softball, whatever it may be. Allows you to go on date night without trading hours for dollars. All right. So listen, if y'all want some more information, you can click the link in my bio or go to dailypaychampions.com. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to drop your email in. You'll see a short video from me introducing Michelle that created this program, who's made $9 million in less than 3 years in the online space. She's the one that's going to be mentoring you day in and day out, teaching us how to do it. I still plug into the daily trainings day in and day out. Why? Because she's paved the way. She cleared the trees, cleared the rocks, made it flat, made it smooth, said, this is the way to do it, but just follow me. So if you're coachable, you're consistent, you can absolutely do this, right? So those 4 things you need to make money in the online space, you need to be coachable, consistent, right? You need an automated system so that you're not spending hours emailing people, messaging people, so that you're not having to worry about making a sale and making the delivery. You're not having to ship products because they're digital. So that automated system takes care of all that for you. You need to know how to have your videos, your content discoverable. You need to know what makes videos stand out, how to create content that stops the scroll, that grabs people's attention and makes them want to stay to the end, even if it's a 7-second video. Because on TikTok, you got about 3 seconds to stop somebody's scroll. Right? We teach you what's up, a Lubbock. Oh, we got a scammer jumped in. Copycat account. I will not message you first. This is my only account. I don't do Telegram. I don't do WhatsApp. I don't do crypto. Drop a 1 in the comments if you heard that. Okay. I will not message you first. Okay. Because here's what they'll do. They jump in here, see people on the live, they'll start messaging them, asking them how their investment strategy is going or all these different things. I will not message you first. I don't have time to do that. I'm not going to spend the time messaging people trying to drum up business. If you want to know more about it, you can click the link in my bio, drop your email in. And then if you really want to know some more answers, that email you get from me that's either going to be in your spam, junk, promotions, if it's not in your inbox, you can respond to that email. Send me a message. I will email you back. Right? If you want, I can set up a Zoom. I can set up a Google Meet. We can do a FaceTime. We can talk about it. I can show you inside the program. I can show you the automated email system. I can show you the community of 56,000 people that are all moving in the same direction. I can show you inside my community. It's brand new. It's like a month old. I've got 41 guys in there, dads that want to learn how to create income online. They want to lock arms with other dads fighting for their family's better future because we're sick and tired of working the 8, 10, 12, 16-hour days and still not getting ahead. The way the system's got life designed is they pay you just enough to keep you there, but don't ever pay you enough to get you ahead. And they dangle that carrot out there. Well, if you work longer hours, if you work harder, you're going to get that good raise. You're going to get that good bonus. And when it comes around, what happens? Well, we just couldn't afford it this year, but next year, if you work harder, or maybe you're like my buddy that he's up in Michigan and he works on commission. Most of his salary comes from commission. So if he works really hard, I'm a dad also, but really skeptical on these deals. But I think if I can see, I would probably buy in. Justin, Bro, let's do this. I can show you right now, or we can set up a Zoom. I started using Google Chat or Google Meetup just because, well, Zoom only gives you 30 minutes and then they charge you. Would you rather see inside the program, the system now, or would you rather just talk one on one, man? Because I'm down for either one. Right? I don't know. It's just heavy on my heart today, right? We have so much time, yet we think we're so busy, but we waste time scrolling social media. We waste time watching TV. And there's nothing wrong with those things in moderation, but we use them as an escape. I used to drink. It almost cost me my family. Why? Because I was numbing myself thinking there's got to be more than life. I can't be at that time, 41 years old and where we're at financially. I thought, how the hell did I end up here? Work all the hours, do all the things, trying to get ahead, and yet we're still struggling. You know, a week and a half into a paycheck, and I'm having to check the bank account before I fill my truck up with fuel. Having to check the bank account before my wife goes and buys groceries, and I was tired of it. So yeah, I wanted to do something different. Was creating content on the top of my list? No, but when God opened that door, I stepped in, scared, had a lot of anxiety about it, had all the thoughts. Can I do it? What if it doesn't work for me? But then I made the mindset shift like, what if it does though? What if this is the thing that gets you those 10, 15 hours a week back with your family that first year? But what if you grow this thing, right? What if you grow this thing to averaging $300 a day? That's $109,500 a year while still working a full time job. What if you grow this thing to $300 a day? That's $219,000 a year. What if you grow this thing? That was 300. That was $600 a day. Sorry, 300's 109. 600's 219. $900 a day on average, which the program teaches you what it takes to start averaging $900 a day is $328,500 a year. I couldn't do that in 2.5 years at my full time job. And I saw a little bit of hope. Was creating content uncomfortable? Yeah. But so was looking at my bank account multiple times a week. So was looking at the bank account on a Sunday after we got paid on Friday and we paid our house payment, the truck payment, and went and bought groceries and paid some of the utilities and going, there's got to be a better way to life. And so, yeah, I sit on the couch and would numb myself with alcohol and TV. But God set me free of the alcohol, delivered, redeemed my marriage, right? He opened the door to this because 2 years ago, when I lost 2.5 years ago, when I lost my job, wasn't related to that. But when I lost my job, a job that I thought was going to be consistent, it was going to be a retirement job, a job that I had just did all the things, struggling, striving. I was the least paid, the most tenured, the most experienced, training the guys starting behind me that were making $10,000, $20,000 a year more than I was. So they fired me because he had a bad attitude. You're dang right I had a bad attitude. I'm training guys making more money than I am, and you're not going to give me a pay raise. When they finally said they were going to give me a pay raise, they were going to bring me up to that bottom guy. I'm like, nah, there's no way. So hindsight, praise God. It was an absolute God thing. He took me out of that situation, put me in a job, making way more, being home more. But I didn't want to let another job have that control over my family because the feeling I got, I'd never been fired. I'd never been let go from a job. The feeling I got as a husband and as a father, as a provider, that I've completely let my family down. I knew I was going to do whatever it took to provide, but I was resolute that I wasn't going to let that happen again. So I wanted to find something that I could build alongside my full time job without giving it up. I could build it up bigger than my full time job and have options to get out of debt, to stock money away and other things, create passive income, and live a life like nobody in our small town in Texas does. Live a life like most people don't. But if I didn't have that hope for $900 a month, enough hope that I said, hey, I'm going to make this one time investment and I'm going to make it work. I'm at least going to get my investment back. That was exactly where my mindset was. I'm going to make my investment back. And I started at that top $900 program because I wanted all four streams of income. I wanted that $1,900 worth of income where I make 100% profit. But I wanted the most mentorship. I wanted the most education. I wanted to learn how to create multiple streams of income in the online space, passive reoccurring income. And so I jumped all in. I didn't even know there were PAY plans. I put it on a credit card, thinking I spent a lot more money on alcohol years ago. Why don't I invest in something that can absolutely change my life? That can teach me how to use social media to start having $900 days on repeat. But now it's giving me a vehicle where I get to help other busy parents, other busy dads learn to do the exact same thing. Right? And maybe you only want $900 a month. Maybe you want $9,000 a month. Maybe you want $19,000 a month. I don't know what it is for you. But if what you're doing, if the job you're working, the life that you're living isn't getting you where you want to be, isn't getting your family the life that they deserve, then you're gonna have to do something different. And it may not be this, right? You can take a look at it. You can look at all the free information on my website. I can send you my step-by-step strategy for free, and you can decide, hey, it's not for me. No big deal. Unsubscribe from the emails down at the bottom. You won't hear from me again. But what if? What if it's the thing that changes your family's trajectory? What if it's the thing that changes your family's legacy? Right? Because that's deep down, that's what I really wanted, but I couldn't see it. I really wanted to be able, when my kids went to college, to pay for their college and so that they didn't graduate with student loan debt. When they got married, all four of them, when they got married, me and my wife have always had a dream, didn't have a vehicle to do it, but now we do. Had a dream that we could buy them their first house where they didn't have a mortgage hanging over their head for 30 plus years, where we knew that would take that stress off of a young married couple and a young family. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to be able to give more to our church. We wanted to be able to give more to people in our community and help them when they're in a tough spot. Not because we want recognition. No, not at all. Because, sorry, it sounded like water was running. Because when God has given you something, He requires you to pour that out to fill you up again. And I'm an absolute firm believer in that. Right? He's not going to give you something to hold on to. And that's what I get to do here. Right? If I just held on to this knowledge, held on to this information, and I didn't share hope with other busy parents, I didn't share hope with other blue collar dads that didn't know that they could create $900 days in the pockets of their day through social media and their phone, following a proven strategy. If I didn't share that hope, like, I'm not going to keep making money no matter what I'm doing. Right? But now I get to impact other people's lives. I get to lock arms with other dads and help them build an online business alongside their job, alongside their business, whatever it may be. Learn how to use automated systems for free and that work for them, to give them the time back to be at the ball games. Shoot, just to be at dinner time with your family. Because I know there are other dads just like me that missed so many dinner times and ate a cold supper that was still sitting on the stove, or they had to pull it out of the fridge to eat it because they were working all the long hours doing everything they knew to do to provide for their family. And if that's you, maybe tonight's for you. Maybe tonight's for you. I hope it is. I hope that you see some of the hope that I had. What's up, Blue Collar Legacy? What's up, brother? Right? I just hope that you do see it. All right. I'm about tapped out. Anybody got any questions before I go? What's up, Jonathan? Scott, what's up, brother? How are you this evening? Y'all got any questions about digital marketing, about making money in the online space, about the program, about how I help people? Anything. Because if not, I'm going to get off here, cook some dinner real quick. My family's going to be home here in about 15 minutes. So, all right. I see it and get it. Just skeptical is all. All right. Justin, let's set something up, man. Where are you watching from tonight, Justin? He's for real, Justin. I appreciate it, Scott. Me and Scott been following each other for a couple months now. Arizona. Cool, man. You got a family? What do you do for a living? Trying to see what was in your picture. Looks like you're leaned up against a truck, maybe. Single dad of four. Man, I could not imagine how hard that is, brother. It is hard enough with me and my wife with four kids. You're doing a good job, man. What's the name of the program? Can you send some info? I think we already have a chat going. We might, man. I get so many messages. I will not send a message first, though. I don't do crypto. I don't do Telegram. I don't do WhatsApp. Caleb, you can click the link or click my picture, smash it up here, smash it again. It'll take you to my profile. There's a link tree, clickable link up in my bio, right down below my picture. You can click on it. And there's two things there. There's my free online community, Digital Champion Dads, where I'm teaching other dads how to build income online. We're locking arms. I'm going to start doing some coaching in there. It's real new, so I don't have a ton of stuff in there. Just building it, trying to get to know each other. But the one below that is the 10K strategy, 10K month strategy. You can click on that, drop your email in there. Then you'll see a short video from me, and I'll introduce the lady that created the program, Legacy Builder program, Michelle O'Neill. She's going to talk about the automated system a little bit, how it works for you. And then you can see my website. You can see all four programs. You can see everything that comes with every one of them. You can explore the mosquito. You can explore the PAY options because even at that top $900 program, you can get as low as $56 a month. Some people even get it for zero down, like Brian that was on here earlier. Blue collar husband, dad, got it for zero down, $56 a month. 2 months later, he's made $10,000. But Brian's coachable. Brian's consistent. Me and Brian talk all the time. We chat all the time. We talked today. He's like, dude, I almost feel overwhelmed. I made $4,000 in like the last couple days, and I'm still working a full time job. Like, how is this? How is this real? Like, he's like, I know the system works. I know the program works. I've seen you do it. I've seen other people do it, and I've been seeing it in my life. But man, it's absolutely wild. Justin, listen, man, I'm not going to try and talk you into it. I'm not going to try and press you into buying something you don't want to buy. That's not my that's not my style. Right? We can talk about it. We can talk about the options. We can talk about the good, bad, and the ugly. Right? Because with anything, there's bad times, there's hard times, there's mental blocks that you have to get past. Like any business has ups and downs, ebbs and blows. Appreciate it, Scott. Elizabeth, I appreciate the like. Right? We can talk about it. I can show you inside the program. I can show you all the things inside of it, in and out. Let you decide if it's for you or not. If it's not for you, cool, man. I'm not going to pressure you. I'm not going to try and convince you that, oh, you got to do it. And if it's not for you, I'd rather you not buy a program from me. I don't want somebody to buy a program from me because they feel obligated for whatever reason. I guess some people, I don't know. I guess some people are wired different. I don't know. But I don't want somebody to buy a program from me just so I can make money. Like, if you don't see yourself doing it, you don't see yourself plugging in and being consistent and being coachable, and it's not for you, then cool, we can agree and say, hey, if it's not for you, no big deal. It's good talking to you, man. There's tons of ways to make money out there. I hope you find the one that you're looking for. Literally. It would probably help a lot with the decision to watch you. Oh, okay. You been in the background just watching, man? Or have I talked to you on a live before? And if I've talked to you on a live before and I don't remember, I apologize for sure. I am terrible about names. Terrible. When me and my wife, we got married, moved back to this little small town that I grew up in. She grew up in a way bigger city, and just listening while I'm making dinner or whatever. Yep, gotcha. Um, After a couple times at the grocery store or whatever, there's not that many places here in town when you have one stoplight. But she'd be like, "How come you didn't introduce me to those people?" And I was like, "Babe, listen, if I didn't introduce you, it's because I don't remember their name." Oh, hang on a second. My wife's calling. It'll pause this for just a second. Hello.
What's she doing?
I'm on a live.
Oh, really?
Yep.